You've been waiting, Tux. I'm coming. Good morning, boys. Hi. You're both shedding. shedding. Dawn and I slept in. And I'm not trying to get us to go walk this morning before we go to Tesla. We need to leave around noon. I've got to do yesterday's video. And I don't want to get all hot and sweaty, and I just don't have enough time to have slept into a decent sleep and get everything done. Hey Tux, Marty will be by to see you soon. Stripe and Marty were already in the house for a bit and then went outside to do their walkabout. It's not too bad right now, but it's going to be 85 today, so it'll be hot in the sun and sunny, and I don't think there's a chance of rain. And I've got a couple of Japanese beetles on my maple tree. That doesn't make me happy, and I will take care of them. They need to go. Well, the Japanese maples seem to be here in full force. Marianne, 20 Japanese beetles too. I only lost a couple. My gardenia smells beautiful this morning. The rain has really been muting the smell of the flowers as they open, but there's enough new flowers, I guess. It smells good. And there's some. Well, there are some more to come. So if we're going to be dry for a few days, they should open up. And like this one here is new and not wet. It smells very pretty. It also looks pretty with the flowers. I saw my hosta that you can't see. The flower is up. It's down there in the middle somewhere, protected from the deer. I woke up this morning, looked out the bathroom window, and the first thing I saw was a deer down. It wasn't near my Japanese maple there by the perennials, but he was, 15 feet away. I opened up the blind and he ran. I thought, that's the right answer, because there is not where we need to be eating in my yard. Just in case he got the wrong hungries. Hi, buddy. You want to come for some rubbing? Come on, go to your spot. Go to your spot. Mama, come give you some TLC. Sorry, I left the jug in your way. Hi, you're such a good boy, aren't you? Aren't you such a good boy? Hi, Panther. Good morning. Hello, bud. How are you? You good? Good. So the word was that they did about 50 deliveries yesterday, and they were doing about 50 deliveries today. So the heat's cranking up out here. It is. It really is. It's going to be hot up there. I'll just be wearing my Tesla cap out there if I'm in the sun. And we're all good up here this morning. Some of the plants, frankly, after the rain we've had, they probably kind of need to dry out a bit. Alright, I'm looking down and the deer did not come get the impatiens. Yeah, he wanders over here to the front porch and he's gonna eat those. No questions asked. They love impatiens. Good morning. Hi. Hi. Those are the Legos I sorted and put to soak 2 or 3 days ago. I decided I'm not scrubbing them. They are what they are, and I'm drying them. If I see one I need to use, and it's dirty, I'll scrub it then. But I think they came really clean soaking, let me be clear. So how much rain did we get? Just shy of an inch. See if they both say the same thing. Make sure I get it back in there right. Although I don't. Yeah, that's somewhere between 8 and 9/10. So, not quite an inch. We had a good bit of rain yesterday. What happened is we were like the only place that got rain. It kept on forming to our northwest and coming over top of us, and then forming to the northwest and coming over top of us, and it was those little tiny cells, but some really heavy rain. We're gonna have ribs tonight, St. Louis ribs. When I get home from Tesla, I will pop them in the oven. And, you know, since we're gonna be away leading up to dinner, I don't feel like cooking too much or anything extravagant. There's Johnny's robot stuff he'll be unpacking today at some point. But he made it clear he was sleeping in for a bit this morning. The ribs are cold. They're heavy and they're cold. I should have sent on. He's enjoying his paper. He was a good boy yesterday with Johnny and letting him have his Sunday. It's time to leave for Tesla and I still have to get dressed. I am stopping editing, and I gave us a 15-minute cushion to get to Tesla on a Sunday morning, so we're really okay. But I'm close, but I lack about 20% to finish the edit, so I'll just have to do it when we come home. Wish I could have sent it to render now. Don has on his official Tesla shirt, branded shirt. Yeah, it's old, but it's official. It's official. And I have on a not made by Tesla very early, like over at Westgate before they had like the Tesla shop and all these shirts and stuff. But it's an, you know, an employee shirt. Very pretty shirt. Yeah, employee shirt. I went back and forth between the red one and wanting to be seen and the gray one I have that says Model X. Yeah. That's a little newer. Also a little smaller. It's a pretty day out there. It's gorgeous. Jules says it's 87 though, so 90 is the high. Thank God all the new Teslas will have great air conditioning. We'll be covering that first. Yes, let's turn the air conditioning on. Let's turn the air on. Let's do climate first since it's hot. Set the temperature to 70. Yeah, Don and I have just listened to all but 2 of Jules's videos. I brought them up on my phone since the car won't let us play them while we're driving. So Don and I, we actually know how to operate our car now. Right. Did we learn anything? Probably something. Oh, about the valet mode. We learned, yeah, I told Don this coming week we needed to have me drive up in either Jules or Ruby, hand over the fob or the key car, you know, put it in valet mode, then let Don pull it into the garage because he does valet mode for me all the time, just not officially, because we've never done valet mode. That's right. Not once in either car ever. So we thought that would just be for fun. That would, right. So we'll try to do that one day this week. And I think we learned maybe one other thing about the flashing lights when the charging, like the blue, then white, then I don't know if you just pause for a second when you pull it out, when you press the button to pull it out, or when you push it in, as several Teslas just went past on in the other direction. It works, you know, just you can't expect it to work in like a fraction of a second. You need to press, breathe, remove, and you're good. I don't pay attention to them. And the lights are a little different, or the you know, the charge ports are different on our 2 cars, so. Yeah, right. Well, the key thing is when you set up scheduled charging, the only thing I don't think I said in the video, when you have scheduled charging set up and you plug in and it's not your scheduled time, it's your before, it just turns blue, solid blue, which is normal. In other words, blue means ready. Right. Green means charging, but blue means ready. And any other color, you know, orange, red, yellow. Right. It did talk about orange means, you know, probably pull it back out and push it back in. Yeah. And red means go check for messages in the car for a fault. Yeah. God help you don't ever want to see red, or it better be the home charging thing and not the car. Well, I would tell people if they get the red, simply plug it before you worry about anything. Just plug it and unplug it. That's all you got to do. Still, yeah. Because that 99% of the time is going to address whatever your problem was. So a couple of other things. Don arrived at Lexington yesterday at 2%. I was watching the video and I'm like, oh wow. Well, he told me he was going to arrive at 6, and then they did a little extra maneuver to find something leaving town, and then Don turned the wrong way and they lost a little more time, and he never told me it was estimating 2, which, I mean, I don't care. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens, right? You call a tow truck and you get flatbedded to the supercharger. Your life's not over. You haven't wrecked your car. You haven't, you know, I mean, it's a tow fee, and hopefully not a horribly bad one, and you just go on with life. So I keep on trying to convince myself about flat tires and charging not to be petrified, but...
Well, yeah, but I knew it was... It told me it was 3% or 4%. It got up to 5%, and I sped up. I did the Kyle thing. Once I knew that there's no way I wasn't going to make it. And plus, this is another thing. This is a supercharger that I'm familiar with, but more important than that, this is a Tesla supercharger. I wouldn't recommend you ever plan to arrive and electrify America at 2% ever.
Right.
That's just not a smart move. But you can plan on arriving at a Tesla supercharger at 2% because it's going to work. You may have to wait in line or something. It could be those kinds of issues. You could, in the wrong place. You could be full out in California. But 2% air conditioner, you can run the air conditioner for quite a while sitting in the parking lot at 2%.
Right, I agree.
So,
yeah.
I would never consciously push it where it was 0. But I knew it, I saw it go down, and as I said, I started off at just 5 over the speed limit, and as it went, I was doing 10 over the speed limit, and it went down. But I wasn't concerned.
Just to confirm again that invited drivers to a vehicle cannot see charge stats from the app. So I grabbed Don's phone, and so far this month it estimates in the charge stats that Don has spent $19 charging at home and $27 charging at superchargers. And the $27 is from this weekend. Yesterday he didn't charge very much because he wasn't trying to arrive home with any to spare. It was just cheaper to charge at home. But going down, he charged extra so that he could get back to the other side of Charlotte to charge, because he didn't want to stop in Charlotte. So he actually stayed beyond where the card told him. But anyway, it was $27. It doesn't, I guess, immediately show me what the rates were. I know when we went to charging in the car, it says he paid $18.40 at Lexington last night. But it doesn't show me the previous charging session, what he paid in Thomasville. Did I get that right? Lexington was last night, but yeah. Thomasville was on the way down. We prefer Thomasville, not Lexington. Right. Don talks about that in yesterday's video, but at any point, I don't know what that worked out to. Did you figure it out per kilowatt hour?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, well, the charge stats does say Don averaged paying 39 cents per kilowatt hour at superchargers, and he averaged 9 cents at home. And I think the 9 cents at home is what Don's programmed in, because it's 8 something
plus tax.
Plus tax. So 9 is close enough. Yeah. So we have volunteer police for small traffic accidents. I did not know. It was RPD, Raleigh Police Department. Never seen one of those vehicles before. Didn't know about it. Interesting. So we were told that there should be room for us to park. So we drove straight to Tesla as directed to do so. Ooh. It's mostly a pothole.
Okay, so where would you like to try?
Somewhere. Oh, they're doing a light show up there. They have all the little flashing lights going on the cars right out front. Isn't that cute? Yeah. I think the answer is you can park wherever you can find a spot.
I think that's right.
And it's not looking good. And maybe one of the other volunteers hasn't left yet and will be able to nab their spot. That's a possibility too.
Right. Well, there's a couple people see the.
There's one on the other side. Well, you might not be able to get into it though, because
I understand. I saw what you're talking about.
Yeah. When at Tesla, Elon and Starman drive the car. That's great. I left my camera out here thinking I wouldn't be using it, and that was driving me absolutely nuts not having it. So now I have it. There were several things I already saw that I wanted to comment on. One was how the valve stem is in the wheel there. Thought that was pretty cool. I had not noticed that on the newer wheels. I'll do Tesla service if I get to drive a Model X. There's a big van over here. I'm guessing that's for moving parts around the service vehicle up close. I've seen a couple employees in the lot. I wonder, with everything going on today, if they needed you know, they flash the lights so people can find their car, either the service guys or new delivery people. Not Zeb's car, but I believe that's the green. I am wondering if this is Ben, not the Ben up here with us today, but Kyle's Ben, old X. Ha, you gotta love it. They got the fairing. It's sort of tied on up there. Those clips break. I don't know. I'm gonna have to send Ben the VIN. Maybe he knows where his car is. This is 5,166, baby. I'm sure I would be remiss while I'm here if I didn't show you the new red. I do like it well enough. I do. I just don't drool over it and go, oh, that red is better than Ruby's red. It looks plenty good though. Lots of cars going home, lots of cars being ordered, not a lot of people wanting help today necessarily, so I want people to talk to. I need a nice juicy customer that needs help. I talked to one gentleman picking up his car tomorrow for quite a long time. He had questions and his car is not on the lot yet, which I think is the case as today's deliveries are here. Just out here, cruising again. This young man is shuffling cars. So all the vehicles have the North Carolina inspection paperwork up on the dash, the ones that are ready for delivery. When the gentleman asked me today if the cars were inspected before delivery, and I said that they were, that Tesla, as far as I knew, used a Snappy Lube place to get them inspected close by. They don't inspect them here at this location. I don't think Tesla messes with that at all for new or old cars. But at any point, I assured him his car came inspected, and now I see the paperwork on the dash. They're detailing on this side over here, although that might be an employee car, hard to say. Yeah, I think that's a service car came out. That's not a new car. But service cars and detailed, ready-to-go cars are coming out from over here. I showed Jules to somebody, and I had summoned her out of her space a little bit. I'm going to put her back. I guess I pushed her toward me instead of away from me. Let's use the other, but I can't see my phone. Yeah, I did. I pressed forward instead of backward. Thank you, Jules. All right. Pulling them out and lining them back up.
I mean,
Don has been assisting a Model Y new owner for a while now. I'm gonna say I don't think an hour would be an exaggeration, and they are the luckiest customers ever. They got Don, right? We just came past the environmental park here, pulling back up at the house,
well,
and we just come past the environmental park, and there was a blue Model Y and a white Model 3 in there.
And also, we just went through South Park to catch Pokemon stops up at the splash pad, and there was a white Model Y up there.
Yep, that's right. There sure was.
And this is Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, folks.